or
Top story, and the Greens' only lower house MP Adam Bandt has been elected the party's new deputy leader. He spoke earlier to Sky News political editor David Speers.
Adam Bandt, thanks for your time and congratulations on your success now as Deputy Leader of the Greens. Did you wake up this morning thinking this might be the title you'd hold at the end of the day?
No, not at all. We had a full party room agenda, and I'd spent last night and this morning studiously going through all the papers and working out my position on everything, and no one quite expected what was going to happen today, I don't think.
Well, on Bob Brown, I mean, it was a surprise to everyone. How significant is it for the Greens? What's it going to mean for the party, do you think?
I think it's an exciting new opportunity for us. It's obviously significant when someone like Bob, who I think more than anyone else in the country has had a huge impact on the national political scene, built up a party that now holds balance of power in both houses, shares it in both houses. Like, that's an enormous achievement. And I think it's ultimately probably the right time for him to leave, and I think if, obviously at some point he had to leave, and this is probably a pretty good way of doing it.
There's no doubt about that, but it also presents a huge challenge now for the Greens, doesn't it? I mean, he's been the face of the Greens. You think of the Greens, you think of Bob Brown. Without him there, it's going to be a very tough task, isn't it?
Well, one of the things that attracts people to the Greens, and the reason why our vote is growing, is that people know what we stand for, and that's probably unlike the other old parties at the moment. And I think because we have such a core set of values, and people know that we'll stand up, push for things, that we won't be extreme about it, that we'll be reasonable, but that nonetheless we're not going to compromise on our core values. That's what I think attracts people. And of course there's no doubt that Bob has been an exceptional politician and has been very able to go and help get that message out. Now it's up to us.
Now, on the deputy leadership, you haven't been in the parliament as long as some of your colleagues. What made you think that you should have that role?
Well, it makes it pretty clear, I think, to the public that we are not simply a party that's about holding other parties to account. We are there now as a political party with representation in both houses of Parliament, now with a leadership team that spans both houses of Parliament, and we are the country's third political force, and we're rightly positioned for what is going to be a very exciting century.
You had a contest, though, with two others, Sarah Hanson-Young and Scott Ludlam as well. What makes you a better deputy leader than them?
Well, we're in a pretty good position that out of the three of us who stood, whoever won was going to make a great deputy leader. This helps, I think, reinforce that we are a serious presence in both the House of Representatives and the Senate.
And are you a happy family, given there's been a contest for the deputy leadership?
Yeah, look, unlike other political parties, we haven't ripped ourselves apart over a leadership change. It's been done in a way that has been really respectful, and I think that's one of the things that stands us out as a party.
It was also done very swiftly, wasn't it? Did it all need to be done within hours of Bob Brown's resignation?
Look, I think it's pretty important that as Christine takes over the leadership, that we have a very stable and supportive leadership team and party room, and that's exactly what we've got. And I've worked closely with Christine on the Climate Change Committee, something that was set up as a result of the minority parliament and people voting us in Melbourne, and we work quite closely in that respect. I've got a very good working relationship with her. I think she's going to be an amazing leader. I think that obviously over the next little while there will be all the speculation about what does this mean for the Greens and so on, and part of my role is to give her rock-solid support as she grows into the leadership role.
She did talk, just finally, she did talk about wanting to broaden the appeal of the Greens in country areas and with business community as well. What sort of direction would you like to see the Greens go in?
Well, I want people to understand before the next election that we are the only economically sensible party that's got a way of raising the revenue we need to pay for the services that we have the right to expect in a developed first world country like Australia.
But through higher taxes on things like miners and productive parts of the economy.
Well, the tax to GDP ratio under John Howard was higher than it is now. You don't actually need to go that much higher than what it was under John Howard's government. You just need to spend it better. And I think that's our message to get out to the public in the lead up to the election.
All right. Deputy Greens leader Adam Bandt, thanks for talking to us.
Thanks very much.